Hello again, fellow knife enthusiasts. Thanks for stopping in on my channel. I'm here today to talk to you about a great little budget knife I found on Amazon called Tonife or Tonife. I'm not sure. I would think Tonife because Tonife just sounds silly. But this was a $19 knife with 8CR13 MOV and G10 handles with stainless steel liner locks. And my favorite feature, the access locking mechanism. Alright, so this knife is a pretty good bargain for $19. It's got great action, like I said, with that access lock. A nice, fairly thick 8CR13 MOV blade that you can tell the steel was done really well. I've been using this for about a week and a half and it hasn't dulled out yet. It's still shaving sharp. It's got a really nice blade profile, reminiscent of sort of, I guess you would say, a Chris Reeves blade. Sort of the drop point style. That's what the blade reminded me of anyhow. It comes down to a nice sharp edge that will shave. The action has gotten better over time. I blew it out with some air and put some oil in it and blew the oil into the bearings. This knife does run on bearings, but at first it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. It felt a little tight. It was hard to get to flick in and out and whatnot, but it's doing the trick now, and it's great to have that action in a $19 knife, especially with real G10 stainless steel liners. The pocket clip isn't bad. It's not the best. It holds very well. It doesn't grip too tight with the G10 where it's going to rip into your pockets, but it's not deep carry. I wish it was, but it does make this a great work knife so you can grab it and get a hold of it. That's what I've been using it for, to do work. I do flooring and it's worked great for that. Action has gotten much smoother, and the quality of the knife itself, this thing was put together really well. The blade itself is rounded and chamfered, really smooth, but then it's got jimping on the back that's just right. It gives you really good purchase and grip, and then the way your hand fits in there is really good grip to do any cuts or anything you need to do. This is going to be a really great work knife. Now, I'm not sure what the purpose of the hole cutout was, if that was just for weight or just for looks so you could see the tip of the blade when it's down, but it's kind of a neat feature. They also have the lanyard hole below it, so you got your two holes there. Now, one issue with this knife that may be a deal breaker for quite a few of you, I'm not sure, is the pivot itself. It's just got a regular round in the back, and then it's got some kind of proprietary screw on there that's got the 4 holes with no star bit. It's just round in the middle there. When I got this knife, I needed to adjust that right away. It was too tight and I didn't like the action. So luckily I actually found a watch tool that I could fit on there and loosen mine up. But at first I tried using a wave, Leatherman wave, and that did work to get it to turn some, but it's hard to keep the back held. You may need to stick a piece of tape on there and hold that as you turn it. As far as centering and everything else, it came centered and it stayed centered when I adjusted it a little bit, and I got it toned out to right where I like it. It is a great work knife. Not the best steel, but for that price, worth what you're paying for it, especially to beat on, to work with. It's got a really neat look, you know. I mean, it almost looks like a Sebenza style body shape, or what they the San Remo 710 is sort of what it looks like as well, or that Land 710. But for a size comparison, we've got the Rat 2, which is just a little bit smaller. We've got about an inch difference on the blade. You know, this is 2 inch, this is 3. That's the Rat 2. This is much thinner blade with a flat grind, whereas this is, I believe, a convex grind and a little bit of a thicker blade stock. Then we got the squid, CRKT squid. And yes, I did the same comparisons on my last video. I made this video right after that one to try to get a couple of these done and get better at them so I can do better knives for you guys. And then my final size comparison is my new favorite knife, the Kershaw Natrix in carbon fiber. That is also an 8CR13, but this one is twice as much, almost 3 times as much. I think this was maybe $53, something like that, $55, somewhere close to there. Still worth it to me, especially for the design. I really love this knife, just for the looks, the blade shape, the Warncliffe. The lightness is really incredible. You can carry this in anything. The action's pretty great. D10's a little strong, but it really kicks it out once it lets go. But that's the Natrix compared to the Tonife. It's a little bit smaller, which makes this a medium to large size work knife. It's a great work knife with that, access style lock. Makes it really great to open and close one-handed. Nice and easy. I think you can do it, with one finger. You don't even have to double it. Flicks out great. It's a nice knife, guys. That's on Amazon. Like I said, $19. Worth every penny, I believe. Especially, and for the quality it's made. It's made very, very well. I don't think you'll regret it. Came in a cheap little box that's already about ruined when you get it, but the knife is what you want anyhow. But hey, thanks for bearing in there, guys. I appreciate it, and I hope you all have a great night and enjoyed this video. Thanks a lot.